today from SoFLo Hot Yoga in Lake Mary. My name is Anna, and I'm honored to guide you through your own yoga practice together with some of our teachers, Jennifer, Riley, Rita, and Gary. I hope everyone is safe and everyone is healthy. We are still practicing social distancing. That is why each part of this practice was filmed in a different location. I hope you enjoy. Let's breathe, flow, and let go. Let's begin in an easy seated position. Easy seated position is really whatever it means to you. The goal is to be relaxed and comfortable. Close your eyes if this feels safe, or keep them open if it doesn't. It's up to you, it's your preference. And invite breath. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. Be aware of your breath. This breath is a true fuel to this practice. Approach this yoga practice with gentleness. Don't force your body. Really listen to your body. Your body will tell you how far it can go. Do not force anything, as yoga is not a competition. Be gentle. Be a good listener. Set up intention for this practice. What is it you are wishing for today? Keep breathing. Slowly open your eyes and meet me in a tabletop position. Palms are directly underneath your shoulders. Knees are hip distance apart. And we'll go through serious cows and cats. On the next inhale, look up, open your throat, open your chest for cow. And exhale, arch your back up. Compress your abdomen for cat. Inhale, look up for cow. Exhale, arch your back for beautiful and strong cat. Inhale, reach up, look up for cow. Exhale, arch your back one more time for cows. Inhale, cow, look up. Exhale, arch your back for cats. Neutral spine, back to tabletop. Invite some movement in your hip area, to the left, to the right, to the left and right, almost like a little dance. And let's circle, let's do some circles. Invite your breath, don't forget about your breath. Circle a couple of times, one direction. You might hear a series of little taps in your wrist, shoulder, maybe elbow, maybe hip area. This is not what you think. It does not mean that there is something wrong with us. All it means that we invited a gentle movement into our bodies. Let's do opposite direction. And find some stillness back in a tabletop pose. On the next inhale, right arm goes up all the way to the sky, twist. And exhale, thread the needle, right ear to the mat. Again, you lift your arm up back to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, ear to the mat. On an inhale, one more time, the biggest twist of all. And exhale, thread the needle, ear to the mat. Stay here for one deep, cautious breath. push up back to the tabletop. Let's do the other side. On the next inhale, lift your left arm this time up to the sky and twist. Exhale, thread the needle left ear to the mat. Inhale, left arm up to the sky once more. Exhale, thread the needle left ear to the mat. Let's do it again. Lift up your left arm back to the sky, big twist. Exhale, thread the needle left ear to the mat. Take a couple deep breaths in and out through your nose. Inhale, push up, and let's go back to tabletop pose. On the next inhale, right leg goes up. It's parallel to the mat. Engage your glutes. And left arm goes up and forward. On the side, your body looks as parallel to the mat as possible. Engage your core, engage your glutes. Inhale, and on an exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, extend. Right leg and left arm. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhale, extend one more time. And exhale, elbow to the knee. Back to tabletop. Let's do the other side. Left leg goes up. And the right arm goes up. Again, left leg and right arm are as parallel to the mat as possible. Inhale, and on the exhale, right elbow to left knee. Inhale, extend, and exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhale, extend one more time, and exhale, elbow to the knee. Back to the tabletop position. On the next inhale, tap your toes, and on the exhale, send your hips back all the way to the side for downward facing dog. Walk your dog a little bit, bend your knees. Invite some stretch to your calves and the upper back side of your legs. And then gently walk to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. And on an inhale, reach up all the way to the sky. Exhale, back to mountain pose. Feet together. Your hips are tilted a little bit forward. Spine is long and strong. Palms are facing forward. On the next inhale, reach up all the way to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, palms down on the mat. Inhale, half lift, palms on your shins, on your thighs. Exhale, fold all the way down, palms on the floor. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer position. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down all the way. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach up all the way to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer position. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms to prayer position. Once again. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer position. And back to mountain pose.
In standing mountain pose, let's just take time to root our feet to the earth again and reconnect to our breath. Inhaling drawing all of our muscles in towards the center line of the body, and exhaling, reconnecting to the earth. Inhale, exhale. On our next inhale, you're going to lift your left knee up in front of you, making sure there's energy still coming out your heel through the flexed foot. Taking our arms either at our hips or maybe out to a T. Let's extend that front leg front or stay in with the knee bent. We're going to pass the leg through slowly to the back of us. We're sort of in a modified Virabhadasana 3. We're going to bend the standing leg, taking the chest slightly over to Warrior 3. Lower the ball of the foot just behind you. Tap down. Inhale, lift the foot up. Exhale, you're going to tap down a little further behind you. Inhale, press back up to Virabhadasana 3. Exhale, as far back as you can. Coming into crescent pose. Bringing the arms up overhead with your gaze front. Maybe checking the front knee, the bend of the knee, making sure that the knee is going out over the toes, not aiming into the center line. Inhaling to maximize our crescent pose. Maybe our chest goes up, maybe our gaze goes up, shoulders go down the back. Exhale to set the back heel down on the floor and root through the pinky toe side of the back foot. Your body and hips have now come to the left diagonal or left corner of your room. And we're going to move into Virabhadasana 1. So keeping the bend in the front knee, you may want to toe heel the foot out. So you have a little wider stance between the front foot and the back foot. And now we're going to bring our hips forward into Warrior 1. Now your hips are square to the front. Hopefully you have a little bit more room to do that with your foot being out towards the right side of the mat. Inhaling, exhaling, maybe taking your chest up, arching back, maybe taking your gaze to the ceiling. These are just options. Do what feels good to you. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling to windmill open the arms to Warrior 2. Keeping the bend in the front leg, heel toe, the front foot back in, so that now your front foot is in line with the back arch of the back foot. Inhaling, exhaling, strong warrior. Shoulder blades down the back, arms reaching forward and backward, maintaining you in the present. Gaze is strongly over the front fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, let's take the arm up overhead as we take our back arm to our thigh or wrap it around our back body for a bind, peaceful warrior. Gaze can be up or back towards the back foot. Inhaling back through Warrior 2. Let's flow that a couple more times. Inhale to peaceful warrior. Exhaling to Warrior 2. Last one. Inhaling, peaceful warrior. Straightening the front leg. Moving on into Trikonasana. So your front hand can come to your shin, or peace toe lock your front big toe, your right big toe, or either side of the shin, in front of the shin or behind the shin, maybe using a block to bring the floor up to you. Both legs are straight. It's as if your body's between two panes of glass. When you're ready, bring the arm up overhead. Your gaze can be down at the front of the mat, at the right toes, or bringing your chin slightly towards your chest, gaze up at the extended arm. Trikonasana. Inhaling, exhaling here. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling to maximize your pose. Exhaling, bending the front leg, coming back up to Warrior 2. Lifting the back heel, bringing the Left arm forward and into crescent pose. Bending the back knee, pushing off to come to standing mountain pose at the top of the mat. Let's try the other side. So your right knee is going to lift with a flexed foot and energized toes. Squeezing everything to the center line of the body. This will help your balance. Take your drishti, your gaze, out in front of you at something that's not moving. Extend your front leg if you're ready. If not, just pass it on through bent to the back of the room. Taking the arms to the hips to help with balance, or out to the sides in a T. Bending the standing leg, maybe you move into Virabhadrasana 3 or a modified Virabhadrasana 3. Tap down your right ball of the foot. On the inhale, lift it again. On the exhale, tap it down a little further. We're moving into crescent pose. Last one, inhale. And exhale, step gracefully or with grace to the back of the mat. Arms are going to come down by the sides and up overhead if that's comfortable for you. Arms can be here at your hips, or you can keep them out at your sides for crescent pose. Reconnect to the bend of the front knee. Is your knee going out over the toes? Has it fallen in or out? Inhaling to maximize crescent pose. Exhaling to lower the back foot, opening the hips and the body towards the right corner of the room. We're going to toe heel our front foot just a little bit to the side of our mat, to the left side of our mat. And now we're going to bring our hips forward so that we're in warrior one. Remember to connect the back side of the back foot to the floor. The pinky side toe is grounded to the earth. Inhaling here, gaze is forward, or gaze can be up between the hands. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling to open into warrior two. Now we're going to toe heel our foot back in if we moved it out, so that it lines up with the arch of the back foot. Inhaling in warrior two, extending ourselves both into what's in front of us and to what's behind us, staying in the present, looking out over our fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale, take the arm up overhead into peaceful warrior. Hands can rest gently on the back of the head, back hand is on the thigh, or bound behind you. Inhale and exhale. Let's come back to warrior two. Let's flow this a couple times. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. This time we're going to straighten that front leg, maybe get a little deeper, and open to move into Trikonasana. So reaching forward with the front arm, sending our hips back towards the back of our mat, moving into Trikonasana. Resting our hand on the front shin, in front of the shin, back of the shin, or pinky piece. Toe lock the big toe. Maybe use a block. Inhaling, the arm up overhead. Gaze can be down, out in front of the mat, or slightly tuck your chin and rotate your head up towards the lifted arm. Trikonasana. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Maximize the pose. Inhale, and exhale. And looking back at the front of the toes, front of the mat. Coming back up into warrior two. And turning to face the front of the mat in crescent pose. Let's bend the back leg and push forward to come to standing mountain pose.
From your mountain pose, big toes are together, heels are slightly apart. Sink down into chair pose, bend at your knees, shift your hips back, biceps are by your ears, core is nice and tight. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist over to the right. Left elbow outside of your right thigh. Make sure your knees are still in line with one another. Twisting from the core, chest is opening up to the sky. Sink down a little bit more. One more breath. Back to chair pose. And straighten your legs for mountain pose. Drop your right hand by your side, bend at your right knee, and reach around for the big toe edge side of your foot. Dancer's pose. Stay here, or start to kick your foot into your hand, shifting your torso forward for your full expression. Find your balance. Hold your gaze somewhere steady. Keep breathing. One more breath. Slowly back to standing. Bring your knee into your chest, hands to heart center. From here, we're going into tree pose, so you can take any variation that's good for you. Your heel can be right by your ankle, toes on the floor. You can bring the inside of your foot to your calf, or even to your inner thigh. Just avoid that knee joint. Find your tree pose, find your balance. Your hands can stay at heart center, or you can grow your branches. If you want an extra challenge, maybe you look up. It's okay if you're wobbling, that's why we practice. Keep breathing here. If you've lifted your hands, bring them back to heart center. Bring your knee back into your chest. Slowly start to extend your right leg back behind you for airplane pose or warrior three. Again, hands can stay at heart center. You can open them up like airplane wings, or you can reach them out in front of you. Whatever variation suits you today, take it. Hips are square, your back toes are squared off to the mat. One more strong and steady breath. Keep your leg as it is as you bring your fingertips down to your mat for standing needle. Make sure your hips are squared off. Bring your forehead to your shin. If you want to test your balance even more, you can bring one hand to your ankle and then the other. Or if you want to stay grounded, you keep your fingertips on your mat. Using your glutes to lift your back leg up. One more breath. Good. From here, start to shift your weight into your left foot and your left fingertips, opening up into half moon, stacking your hips and your shoulders on top of one another. Good. Big hip stretch here. Working on balance. Your gaze can be up towards your thumb or down. Keep that back leg lifted. One more breath. Forward fold. Take a couple breaths here in your forward fold. Maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you shake out your foot. One more breath here. Slight bend in your knees as you slowly start to roll up back into mountain pose. Good thing we have another side. Chair pose. We've been here before. Can you sink a little bit deeper? Hands to heart center. Twisting over to your left this time. Right elbow outside your left knee. Keep your breath steady as you twist. One more breath here. Back to chair pose. Back to mountain pose. Drop your left hand by your side. Bend at the left knee. Reach around for that big toe edge side. Dancer's pose. Stay here, or maybe you kick and start to tilt your torso forward. This side might feel totally different, and that's okay. Set your gaze somewhere nice and steady. Beautiful. One more breath. Start to return to standing. Knee into your chest. Finding your tree pose on this side. Good. Setting up here, whatever variation you like. Keeping hands at heart center or reaching up, maybe looking up. Maybe you sway your arms side to side. One more breath. Return your hands to heart center. Bring your knee back in front of you. Start to shift and extend that left leg back behind you. Warrior 3, airplane pose. Take whatever variation with your arms that you like. One more breath. Bring your hands down to your mat, standing needle. Keeping those hips square. Faces towards your shin. Use the glute to really lift your leg up. Maybe you take that balance challenge, bringing your hands to your ankle. One more breath wherever you are. Start to shift into your right hand and your right foot, opening up into half moon. Strong and steady, stretching and strengthening. Hold your pose, one more breath. And bring everything down into a forward fold as you exhale, maybe you shake it out. Slight bend in your knees as you roll all the way up. Reach up, mountain pose, big inhale. Hands to heart center. Exhale.
Beginning in Balasana, child's pose. See what it feels like to take a child's pose with your legs together and your arms resting down alongside your lower legs. Rest your forehead on the earth. You may also choose to rest your forehead on a block. You may also choose to elevate your hips, placing the block between your lower legs and your hips as you lower down, leading with the third eye onto the earth in your Balasana, child's pose. Raising the upper body, sweeping the arms up overhead, palms come together on the inhale, and slow lower to heart center as you exhale into Anjali Mudra, the heart seal. Place your hands on your hips, extend your right leg out to the side, resting your right arm on your right leg in elevated gate pose. Inhale the left arm up, sweeping it up and over, reaching off to the right, feeling all the muscles light up in your left side body. Inhaling and exhaling into that left side body. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower the left arm to the earth, sweep the right arm up and over. Holding here In your supported side plank, inhaling and exhaling, turn your palm to the sky, draw your right shoulder back, open up even more through the heart space, shining the heart forward. You may choose to take your ankle and draw the leg back, getting a deep stretch in your quadricep here. Inhaling and exhaling back to center. Folding forward with the arms, resting on your forearms, or if it feels better for you, straightening your arms and pressing back through the back body. Dropping the head, lowering down, feeling all those back muscles engaging. Walk the hands back toward the torso. Raise the body up. Right leg meets left. Sweep the arms up overhead. Palms come together. Slow lower. Anjali Mudra, the heart seal. Place your hands on your lower back, pressing your hips forward for an easy camel. Back bending here as you press the hips forward, engaging the core. Inhale. If it feels good for you, drop your head. Continuing to breathe and press the hips forward. Releasing back to center. With the hands on the hips, extend your left leg out to the side, resting the left hand on the left leg. Sweep the right arm up, stretching out through the right side body. Breathing, inhale, on your exhale, lowering the right arm, sweeping the left arm up, coming back into your supported plank pose. Inhaling and exhaling, drawing the left shoulder back. Opening up through the heart space, perhaps taking a quadricep stretch as you draw the left leg back. Inhaling, exhale back to center and folding forward. You may choose to sink your hip all the way down to your left heel, or you may keep your chest elevated as you press back, making your adjustments to find your perfect stretch. Ripple forward, left leg meets right, pressing back and down into child's pose. Placing the crown of the head on the earth, gently holding your feet, begin to raise the hips up off the earth, pressing up and drawing forward, remaining on the crown of your head in your rabbit pose. Cultivating awareness of all the benefits that yoga inversions bring with continued practice. Tremendous benefits to circulation, the lymphatic system, as well as having a grounding and energizing effect on the body. Coming out of your rabbit pose, engage the core, keep the chin tucked into the chest, and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring the head back to neutral. Leaning off to one side, sweep the legs around to the front. Raising the right knee, placing the foot either on the inside of the left leg or on the outside. Gently holding the right thigh with the left hand. Placing the right hand behind you. Pressing up through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine, pressing up toward the sky on the inhale, and turning and looking over your right shoulder as you exhale for your spinal twist. You may also hook the left elbow on the outside of the right knee, breathing and holding in your spinal twist. Slowly and gently unwinding, coming out of it. Extending both legs in front of you, taking a deep breath in and folding forward into your seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. You may choose to keep the legs straight, or you may bend the knees, creating a seal between your chest and your thighs as you lower your head toward your knees for your seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Slowly coming out of it, preparing for the counter stretch, placing your hands behind you with the fingers facing front. Inhale the hips up, and if it feels good for you, drop your head back and down behind you. A variation of reverse plank is resting on your forearms. You may keep your forearms on the earth. Inhale the hips up, engage the core. Either keep your head neutral or drop your head back and down behind you. Inhaling and exhaling in your reverse plank pose. Lowering the hips, engage the core, tuck the chin as you raise back to seat. Raising the left knee now, keeping the foot either on the inside or the outside of the right leg, holding the left thigh with the right hand. Left arm comes behind you. Plant the left hand behind your left hip. Press up with the strength of your left arm, lengthening the spine, creating all of that extra space in the vertebrae. Pressing up on the inhale, and as you exhale, turn and look over your left shoulder for your spinal twist. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Slowly coming out of it, unwinding. Engage the core. Slow lower to the earth. Raise the legs to the sky. Raise the arms to the sky for a second inversion, just allowing gravity to benefit our circulatory and lymphatic system. Holding in your resting tiger pose, taking hold of your legs behind the knees. Rock and roll to seat. Cross the ankles, roll forward. Legs come back into tabletop, holding in your tabletop pose. Shoulders are above wrists, hips are above knees. Take a few cat-cows here just to neutralize the spine. Inhale as you arch the back, pressing the earth away with your arms. Exhale as you tuck your chin into your chest and round the back, pressing the earth away. And coming back to neutral, separate the knees to the width of the mat. Toes come together, tops of the feet resting on the earth. And sink back and down with your arms extended in front of you into your wide-legged child's pose.
In child's pose, make your way onto your back for your variation of Shavasana, your final resting pose. Maybe you lay with your arms extended by your side, legs long. Perhaps you want to take up space today and make yourself look like a starfish, extending your arms and legs out to the side, whatever feels best in your body, whatever feels most nurturing and supportive. And Shavasana is sometimes the most difficult pose because of the fact that the body's doing nothing, so your mind will start to wander. So once you make your way into your variation of Shavasana and you're there, Begin to scan through the body, just noticing how it feels after this practice. And then begin to curl your toes and flex your feet towards your shins at the same time, effectively tightening all the muscles in your legs, squeezing muscle to bone. Take a big, deep inhale, and then exhale, sigh it out, release, and allow the muscles in your legs to relax. Next, as you inhale, allow the breath to expand through the belly, expanding the belly up, holding at the top for just a moment, and then exhale and release the muscles in the belly, allowing them to relax. On the next inhale, expand through the chest, sending the breath to fill up the chest all the way. Hold it at the top for just a second, and then exhale, release, and relax the muscles in your chest. On your next inhale, squeeze your hands together, balling them up into fists, squeezing muscle to bone along your arms, your bicep, your tricep, holding everything very tightly. And then exhale, release, and relax the muscles in your arms, in your hands, your forearm. On the next inhale, tighten all the muscles in your face, like you just ate a really sour lemon. Squeeze everything together, and then exhale, allow the muscles in the face to relax, unwind, and release. On the next inhale, squeeze everything together, effectively pulling everything into a tight little ball, squeezing all the muscles tight, 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 even tighter. And then exhale, release, unwind, relax. Let all the muscles in your body relax as you return back into your variation of Shavasana. And I invite you to become aware of the breath in this moment, your breath. Seeing if you can surrender control of the breath and just allowing it to be. Noticing how fast or slow you may be breathing, where it is that you feel the breath in your body. Maybe if the breath had a color, what color would it be? What texture could it be? Just be with your breath and notice for a moment how it feels to release that control of it, letting it return to its natural state. You might have already noticed thoughts or emotions creeping in, and that's totally normal. That is okay. That's what the mind does. And I invite you, anytime you notice a thought that comes into your mind or emotion that bubbles up, imagine taking that thought or that emotion and attaching it to a balloon, whatever color balloon you imagine, and allowing that balloon just to drift away into the sky, carrying that thought or that emotion so that we're not attaching to anything that's coming up, but we're just allowing it to be there and letting it go. So for the next few moments, any thoughts or emotions that bubble up to the surface, attach them to your balloon and allow them to drift to the sky. And if you get caught up in that story or that conversation or that to-do list, bring your awareness back to your breath and back to attaching those thoughts and emotions to your balloon and letting them drift away. From here, I invite you to scan through your body and notice where you might be feeling a sense of ease or peace, relaxation, maybe joy, abundance, love. What positive or good sensations do you notice in your body right now? Something that feels expansive, perhaps? And bring your awareness to that space in which you're feeling this sensation of peace or joy or abundance or happiness or expansion. And as you inhale, I invite you to allow that sensation to grow. As you inhale, imagine it expanding through your body, exhaling any remaining tension, and then inhaling, allowing that sensation to expand again until it fills your entire body. And continue to breathe, expanding that sensation of peace or joy or abundance. And if you don't feel anything, that's okay too. Continue to focus on the breath. Maybe visualize a white light that begins in your heart center and allowing it to expand through your body, almost wrapping you like a cocoon of safety, of peace, of joy, of love. And I invite you to consider that this is your natural state. Your natural state is joy, peace, love, abundance, happiness, expansion. And rest here in this space for the next few moments while I remain silent, allowing yourself to connect with your true self. Begin to deepen your breath, returning awareness back to your body. Maybe you wiggle some fingers and toes. Maybe take a gentle morning stretch, stretching your arms over your head, meanwhile pulling all the muscles in your body apart, waking up the body again. And slowly make your way over to a fetal position on whatever side feels best for you this morning. There's no right answer here. And as you are about to end your practice and make your way back into your day, I invite you to consider if there's anything that you need to leave behind here on your mat. Maybe there are thoughts or beliefs that are not serving you anymore. And the beautiful thing about a yoga practice is it gives us the opportunity, once we step off our mat, to begin again. So if there's anything that you would like to leave behind here on the mat that you do not want to take with you through the rest of the day, here's an opportunity for you to leave it. And once you're satisfied there, go ahead and find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you, and bring your hands to heart center. We'll seal our practice with one collective breath. Inhale and exhale. Thank you for showing up on your mat today, for sharing your practice with us. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at peace, and may you feel loved. Thank you.